All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned in to FPTV. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Roommates, the show that's all about how well you know your roommate. For today's matchup, we have Logan and Nick facing off Kieran and Caitlin. How are you guys feeling about today?
Excellent.
Feeling
good?
great.
What about you guys? Feeling good?
Good.
Logan, you think you're going to win?
Oh yeah, there's no chance we're gonna lose.
Oh, how do you guys feel about that?
They're going down.
All right, well, it's time to find out. So we're going to start off. We are going to send Logan and Caitlin out into the hall, and then we'll get the show on the way. All right, so basically we're going to start off the show by asking each one of these two roommates questions about their roommate to see how well they know each other. If they get the question correct, they will receive 1 point, and if not, they'll get no points. So, I'm going to start off with you. How you feeling?
Very confident.
Good?
Very comfortable.
All right, so we're going to start off with a relatively easy question. So, first question is, what is Logan's favorite color?
Blue. He loves blue.
The answer recorded. All right, and Kieran, what is Caitlin's birthday?
October 10th, 1996.
October 10th, 1996. Is the answer recorded? The answer is good. So, Nick, if Logan was stuck in a zombie apocalypse, what would be the first thing that he would take?
As far as a weapon goes,
As far as anything. He
as
can
far
have
as
one
anything
thing.
goes, Logan in a zombie apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a ninja sword.
What makes you say a ninja sword?
I don't know. Sometimes he called himself the ninja.
He calls
That
himself
was like a
ninja.
nickname way back when.
Do you call him that or just himself?
I've called him it a few times, personally, yeah.
Well, Kieran, it's time for your question. If Caitlin was the only person left in the world, where would be the first place that she went?
Probably to Long Island,
What makes you say Long Island?
because that's where she lives. She loves
She
it.
lives in Long Island.
Yeah.
Okay. Very understandable. So, Nick, ready for your final question?
I'm ready for the final question.
You know what question it is? It's the beloved whoopee question.
Good question.
All right. So, if Logan had to
Logan.
have an intimate relationship with a famous man, who would it be?
John Stamos, dude. Like Step Brothers is the same
Just
thing.
Straight up.
Yeah,
John Stamos, 100%.
Not a doubt in my mind.
All right, well, you seem very confident. And Kieran, if Caitlin had to choose a place to make whoopee that was not a bed, where would she go?
A boat.
A boat.
Yeah,
Why a boat?
I don't know. She loves.
Just a boat?
Yeah, she loves the ocean.
All right, she better love more than that. So, on that note, we are going to bring back Logan and Caitlin to join us, and we are going to go see who takes the lead after the first round. So if Logan and Caitlin could please come back and join us. But as for right now, we are going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with you with more Roommates.
Stay tuned for more of FPTV.
Just throwing aluminum cans in the trash doesn't help the environment. More aluminum goes into beverage cans than any other product, and aluminum cans are the most recycled product in the US.
Recycling one aluminum can saves enough energy to run a TV for 3 hours. Or the equivalent to using half a gallon of gasoline.
Because so many are recycled, aluminum cans make up less than 1% of the total U.S. waste stream, according to EPA estimates.
A used aluminum can is recycled and back on the shelf in as little as 60 days. That's closed-loop recycling at its finest.
There's no limit to the amount of times an aluminum can may be recycled.
So recycling aluminum cans has an impact not just on our campus by keeping it clean, it also has an enormous impact on the world we're a part of.
Live sustainably. Stay tuned for more of FPTV.
All right, and we are back with roommates. If you are just joining us, we just had Logan and Caitlin step out into the hall while Nick and Kieran answered a few questions about them. So now we're going to find out how well they truly know each other. So let's start with Logan. We're about to find out some stuff about you. So we'll start off pretty easy with simply, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
And the point is awarded. Ben got that one right, so you guys now lead 1-0. And Caitlin, Kieran was asked when your birthday was. So? October 10th of?
1996.
1996. And the answer is correct. The score is now 1-1. Back to you, Logan.
Okay.
Now, if you were stuck in a zombie apocalypse and could only choose one item, one thing to take with you, what would it be?
I don't know if you know me as well.
It was tough. It was a tough one.
I would say, you're not gonna know this.
Yeah, I know. It's too tough.
I got a little box in my room that
Got
I'd
a box in your room?
Well,
What's in the box?
A couple pictures of family things and special sentimental items that I would grab.
You know, that's really sweet, but unfortunately for you, Nick said ninja sword, so
ninja
you get no point.
It's the first thing you would grab.
Oh, I totally would take ninja swords. You know what? That's fine. I'm not gonna dock that against you. That's fine. That's a good
That's
answer.
okay. All right, so the score is still
Would have been the second thing
1-1.
for sure.
And Caitlin,
Sorry, dude. It was hard. It was a tough question.
if you were the only person left on the face of the earth, where would be the first place you went?
A Beyonce concert.
Well, Beyonce's not going to be there because you're the only person
Okay,
left on the earth,
okay.
but
Answered it.
but unfortunately, that is incorrect. She said Long Island because that's where you're from. Simple enough. All right, you two can fight about that later. Now, we're on to the famous whoopee questions. Logan.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
We asked Nick if you had to have an intimate relationship with any famous man, who would it be?
Let's see. I got a list.
So easy. You only get one, though. You only get one.
Your top one, number one.
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
No.
Nope.
That was the second
Fortunately,
guess
it was
that came
John Stamos.
Oh.
Both quite good-looking men, but unfortunately, still no
I was gonna
point.
say Channing Tatum, but
Score is
I didn't go
still
with it.
1-1. And with the chance to take the lead at the end of the first round, Caitlin, comes down to you. Famous whoopee question. If you had to make whoopee in any place besides a bed, where would that place be?
A couch?
All right. Unfortunately, no. Kieran said a boat because you like the water. But I'm sure a couch would equally do. Maybe there's a couch on the boat. I don't know. But anyway, that's going to end the first round. So the score is tied 1-1 between Kieran and Caitlin and Nick and Logan. So now we're going to switch it up. Nick and Kieran are going to step out into the hall, and we're going to see how well Logan and Caitlin know them.
Stay tuned for more of FPTV. Live sustainably.
most beautiful thing I've ever filmed. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Live sustainably. Stay tuned for more of FPTV.
All right, and welcome back to Roommates. If you're just joining us, we have a thrilling matchup here between Logan and Kieran. They're roommates. Nick and Caitlin have actually just stepped out into the hall for a moment, and the score is tied at 1-1 after the first round, scored by our fabulous judge, Dimitri. How are you doing, Dimitri? So Logan, you had a relatively good round. You know, are you mad at Nick or anything like that? No? Think you did well?
No, I think you did okay. I'm more mad at myself. Definitely, really should have got that John Stamos question.
Yep, understandable.
I completely know why Nick chose him, and I wish I said John Stamos. It's
Understandable.
It's on me.
But on that note, it's time to get down to round 2, the second questions. So, Logan, you know quite a bit about Nick, right?
I do.
Now, what is Nick's favorite sport to watch?
To watch hockey.
Hockey. Simple. Very okay. Seem very confident in that.
I really hope that's it.
Okay, well, we're going to find out, and hopefully you'll get a point from that.
All right.
Caitlin, how are you feeling?
Feeling good.
Okay. Well, your first question about Kieran is, if she had to be stuck in a room, okay, with Michael Jackson, okay, Al Capone, or a 3-foot-long snake, which would she choose?
Michael Jackson.
What makes you say Michael?
She's weird, so she'd probably like him.
She's weird.
Yeah.
Are you okay with having a weird roommate?
I love her.
You
She's
love
awesome.
her, but she's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so you love a weird person. That's okay.
I'm weird too. It's
Understandable.
okay.
We all
It's
are.
okay.
I'm weird.
Yeah.
I'm weird. Well, actually,
No.
Logan, you're pretty
not weird.
sweet.
Pretty cool.
No, he's pretty
cool.
weird.
I like you.
Thank you, man.
So, Logan, now a slightly more difficult question. Okay. If Nick had to place a bet on a fight between Gandhi, Stephen Hawking, and Franklin Roosevelt after he got polio, who would he choose?
Gandhi.
Wow, not even a hesitation. You sound very confident.
The
in
answer
that.
is Gandhi.
Would you say Gandhi too?
I would say Gandhi.
Why would you say Gandhi?
Because Nick and I both love Gandhi. Gandhi uses his words. He's a peacemaker.
Understandable. I love Gandhi too. I love his work.
So does Nick. So does myself. Gandhi's the final answer.
All right. Well, we'll find out about that. So, Caitlin, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, John?
I'm pretty good. Do you like Gandhi?
Sure.
She doesn't even know who Gandhi is.
Relax.
Okay. Whoa. Let's not have any fighting here. All right. Now, Caitlin, relatively simple question. You should be able to get this one right. But what is Kieran's middle name?
Anne?
Anne? Anne question mark?
Yeah.
Not sure?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know, understandable. If you're right, you're right. If not, then you might have some things to discuss afterwards. But you know what time it is now. Time for the beloved whoopee questions. So, Logan.
Yes.
If Nick had to make whoopee in any sports arena in the world, which one would he choose?
World?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't really like baseball, but everyone loves Fenway. But Gillette would be pretty sick. I'm going to go with, oh yeah, definitely. I'm going to go with Fenway.
Fenway?
A home run on home plate.
Okay, a home run on home plate. I'm sure you'd love that.
That's, yep, he would.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So, if Kieran had to make whoopee on any type of amusement park ride, the type of ride, what type of ride would she choose?
A roller coaster.
A roller coaster. What makes you say that?
She's a bit crazy.
Wow.
You know, you seem to think your roommate's a little bit out there. She's weird. She's crazy.
I mean, we both are. That's why we get along so well.
I'm sure you guys fit very well.
We do.
that's the end of these questions. Let's bring Nick and Kieran back in, and we're going to find out who the winner of this exciting matchup on this edition of Roommates is.
Stay tuned for more of FPTV.
Hello? Hey, what? No way. She did not say that. That's wicked funny. What time do you want to go out? At 8? Okay. That sounds perfect. Restaurant on Smith Street. You want to try that? Awesome. Do you ever feel like you have a closet full of clothes but you don't know what to wear? Okay, cool. So I'll see you in an hour. Alright, I'm just gonna jump in the shower now.
Live sustainably.
Stay tuned for more of FPTV.
And hello and welcome back to the final round of Roommates. Nick and Kieran actually just stepped out into the hall so we could learn a little bit more about them. And now with the score tied up 1-1 and only 3 questions left apiece, we're going to find out who knows their roommate the best and wins the fabulous matching Spider-Man toothbrushes, or toothbrush eye, I'm not sure. So, Nick, are you ready?
I'm ready.
We asked Logan, what's your favorite sport to watch?
Football.
Football? Dimitri?
Oh, wait.
No,
It was hockey!
It was hockey.
We're going to a hockey game. We are.
Oh, little mandate?
Yeah.
A little bit?
A little bit.
Okay. Oh, I mean, sure. I like you guys.
I can't wait to get that one. That
So,
hurts.
Kieran,
I love watching football.
what's your middle name? This is going to hurt. Dimitri was wrong. She said Anne. Terribly sorry about that. Score is still tied 1-1.
No, this is the one.
That's
And
okay. You know
now
my middle name.
we get to a little bit more of an interesting question. Nick, if you had to place a bet, all right, on a fight between Gandhi, Stephen Hawking, and FDR, Franklin Roosevelt, after he got polio.
After. Okay, so you can do fine.
Who would you bet on?
Gandhi.
Woo! He knew that one right away. Score now 2-1 in favor of the boys.
Good pick.
Rebuttal, though,
Good.
Kieran.
Got a little silent fire inside. Mm-hmm.
You were stuck in a room for 72 hours, okay? And you had to be stuck in it with either Michael Jackson, Al Capone, or a 3-foot-long snake. Who or what would you choose? Michael Jackson. Wow, all right, 2 out of 2.
Yes.
I need you here.
Very well done.
They're gonna get
But
theirs.
why Michael? Why not Al Capone or the snake?
Why would you pick those two? Yeah. Michael Jackson.
I don't know. I'm just wondering. Do you like Michael? Love Michael. Love him? All right. I like the Jackson 5 too. So, the score tied 2-2.
This is hard.
And
Theirs
of
is
course,
You
it's
got
going
it.
down
You got
to the
it.
whoopee questions.
You got this.
Nick, if you were to make whoopee in any sports arena in the world, what one would you choose?
Any sports, like arena, stadium, like is that?
Anything.
Yep, stadium.
Anything, yep.
I'm just gonna say Fenway Park.
Dimitri,
Bring it in.
it's good.
Yes.
It all comes down to this. I feel very nervous. Confident in you or your roommate? Okay, fair enough. So, if you had to make whoopee on any type of an amusement park ride, any type of ride, okay? What type of ride would you choose?
A roller coaster.
Dimitri, it's good. 3-3.
Now what?
So,
No way we're tying.
Now what?
it's all going to come down to the bonus question. Choose one of your roommates right now. Choose a roommate. 3,
I can do this.
2, 1. Your roommate is?
Me.
Logan. Logan, go over to Dimitri. Logan to Dimitri.
What? Okay.
Kieran, are you selected? To Dimitri.
I got
Okay.
you, man. I know I do.
Now, here's the question, all right? I want both of you, okay, to think of a number between 1 and 100. Just think of a number, okay? And you two are going to write down a number between 1 and 100. Whichever pair of roommates is closest to the number, to each other's number, will be deemed the winner. Okay? So you two write down your numbers. Tell me when you're good. Okay. Do not look at his number. Do not look at Dimitri.
You got it. Kieran.
Dimitri,
You
death
got
stare
it,
him.
Kieran.
Are the numbers good? Okay. What is your number? 9
21.
and 21. Dimitri, who came closer? What were the numbers?
It's a 4.
21, the girls, matching numbers.
It's my hockey
winning.
number.
They're the
That was a good
winners
pick.
of the Spider-Man
Sorry, man.
toothbrushes.
That's awesome.
Unfortunately for you two, you're only going to get the booby prize of M&Ms, which will probably give you cavities.
That's okay.
Very tiny,
I'm happy with that.
very tiny bags. Not satisfying, but it's okay. Understandable.
It's
So
very
here it is. You saw it. Kieran and Caitlin are the winners of this edition of Roommates. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you again next time.